Madness! Time for the 420 show, baby. Hey, where were you on the night of the 5th? I don't know. Was he pleading the 5th? I don't know. It sure looks like he's been sucking on one. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I feel like playing a guitar. Amusing myself. Yes, leaving a little breadcrumb trail for Hansel and Gretel. Yes, I don't want them to be forbade. Yeah, they're lost in the forest because that damn selfish second wife of mine. Oh, yeah!
I'm having the time of my life. 2022. I can't wait to see you, baby. Yes. Yes, we're going to start a church. Yeah, the Church of Salmon Unlimited. Oh, I love it. Yeah, so right now on the hot plate. Oh, let's say hi to Alexa. Alexa, happy 420. Alexa, happy 420. I know you're listening.
I don't know that.
Yes, I do. How are you this evening, Alexa?
I don't have an answer for that.
Good afternoon, Alexa.
Good afternoon. Here's the joke of the day. What do you call a pig pen in winter?
I don't
A
know,
pig
Alexa.
glue.
What do you call it? A pig glue? Good morning, Alexa.
I don't. Good morning. Mathematician and educator, Albert Frank Cox, was born on this day in 1895. He became the first African American to receive a PhD in mathematics in 1925. And as a professor at Howard University, Dr. Cox supervised more master's theses than any other member of the faculty. He made sure that though he was the first, he wouldn't be the last.
Hence the name Cox. Yes. Oh, man. You should have saw my cock. Oh, my doodle. He was so handsome. Lovely beard. Beautiful pecker. Oh, you know why birds don't wear pants? Because their pecker's on their face. Oh, it most certainly is. Yes, yeah. Yes, you can learn a lot from the birds, for each day's needs are sufficient. Yes, for each day's means. For each day's means are sufficient. Either way, take a lesson from birds. Yes. Oh, yes. Bird brains. Remember how they mocked people and called them bird brains? Oh, that rivalry. It goes back days of old. Yes. We've got state rivalry. We've got Coke versus Pepsi, Ford versus Chevy. Everybody's divided. Libtards, Democrats, Republicans. You know, all that name calling. All those lovely N-words that are okay. Yes, all those are okay. Yeah, except we can't call. Yeah, you can't call me faggot anymore. No, it's offensive. Oh, yeah, I remember you used to do that all the time. Yes, because I had all the answers in class when the teacher wanted to know something. Yes. And although very handsome and, big, dumber than dirt. And you depended on me to make sure you could play football all year. Oh, yes. And when you put that hydrochloric acid in my locker, stacked on top of all those books, yeah, and you got caught, or the principal heard about it, escorted me to the bus to safety. Yeah, and here I didn't even know I was a trombone star. The only one ever to Coopersville Class C school to ever receive a 75% scholarship for Interlochen. No, never understood that I was special about that. Yeah. But I don't need anybody's validation now because I have something very important to do. Don't know what it is, but it's just like a salmon returning to spawn or the butterfly. Yeah. Michigan, the monarch butterflies have so much wisdom and intelligence, emotional intelligence especially, to learn from nature. Yes, naturalism and psychology will be taught in school. And that way we can fight back the capitalists and put them back in their place. Yes. Balance. It has to be a balance. Give and take. Yeah, it can't be all take. There's so many hungry people. Yes, and misguided children and men that are lost. Yeah, even I cannot find a man to confide in. Absolutely not. Unless I want some dope. Or beer. Thank God I'm sober. I love capitalism. This man is the one who helped found the Home Depot. Ken Langone, an American story. I'm going to dive into this book. I'm going to capitalize on some very valuable time that I've been afforded by the seeming abandonment of my ship. I'm left alone to tend the SS Blues Lingus and all the many details of the demands. Part of the crew, part of the ship. Always comes first. Yes, that's why the 420 show wasn't a 420. Some people out there give me that consideration. And therefore, they're the ones that deserve respect. Those that give you consideration. Yes, that guy that considered to let you out into traffic. Yes, he's to be respected for his sense of community. Yeah, I'm here to re-educate. Yes, for all the women and children and all those men out there that are helpless, misguided, crying on worldwide television about not being able to build a fire in the forest to save their own ass, to get some money. Oh, yeah, that money. Richest man has nothing. Because he has the Library of Alexandria, you see. The proverbial Library of Alexandria, the Garden of Life. They're trying to destroy it. Yes, and they're trying to own a new library that they're offering you and instilling you with that knowledge. See, they've created a new forest for Hansel and Gretel to be cast out in by the second wife or the second husband. And we have a whole nation full of feral animals. Yes, animals. And people, too. Yeah, cats. Oh, China can't wait to get to America just for the cats alone. Oh, my goodness. Wait till we start trading, doing barter for our, capitalist needs, exchanging the cats from the, the tax write-off, just save the cats and transplant them to a new location of sanctuary. Yeah, where we'll get all brand new cat gut strings for our lovely violins and stuff. Yes. Yeah. And then, all that food they sell us. Yeah, that we can't provide to ourselves because we don't know how to, go outside and camp without going to Walmart first. Yeah. Oh, I can't go camping. There's got to be electricity. Oh, son of a monkey's fuzzy little tail. God damn, I love monkeys, especially when you got a barrel of them. Who we got out there? Chris Moschel. Oh, my goodness. You, my friend, have tuned in to my psychic beacon. Oh, most certainly you have. Oh, I'm in such need of a man of your speed. A fine man. A steed. Oh, yes, a steed. Indeed. Yeah, a friend who's a steed has a friend indeed, especially when you're in desperate need. Yes, I'm getting raked over the coals. Guess what, Chris? Oh my God, you're gonna love this. Yeah, you see, I'm 52. Oh yeah, don't interrupt my broadcast. I'm just getting ready to spill the very precious beans. Oh, and Chris is so hungry. Loves beans. Yes, I know he does because him and I shared a bean or two. Yes, we did. Oh, they were delicious. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the Gmail. Oh, yes, I have a Gmail account. So they've been storing my photos. Well, I'll make it short, because I know you're busy being a father, captain of your own vessel. All right, Zack, spit it out, spit it out, spit it out. Don't belong you. Well, just give me the tip. Yeah, okay. No. Anyway, so I got the Gmail account. They've been putting my pictures in there for who knows how long. I don't know. There's dates on them. I haven't reviewed that nomenclature, but it's there on file. Anyway, they stopped giving me the primary mail. I'm getting the promos, of course, to sell stuff to me. Yeah, in the updates, But they're not giving me my primary mail that I'm depending on getting my receipts from Straight Talk Bank. I've got documentation. They've been double dipping my bank accounts. And it goes back years. Oh, Chris, I have a very nice little nest egg here to share with you. I'm very, very generous. Not selfish at all, but I direly need your help. Let's see who's calling. Crazy old man Zack. Let's take a call from Del Johnson and see what he's got to say. Yeah, my buddy. Del!
Hey.
How you doing down there in the swamp?
I'm a lot of pain lately, but how you doing up there?
Top of the world, man. I'm large and in charge. Trying to lead some boys to men. Give them the riches and the knowledge I have so they can have wealth and sustenance and reassure their foundations, preserve their bloodline, their kingdom.
Well, that's what I wanted to do with you, too. I'm on LinkedIn now. And remember that what I sent you with TFO?
Yes.
Okay, well, don't just go, yeah, okay.
The TFO.
Huh?
TFO?
Yeah, TFO. Anyway, let me tell you, with LinkedIn, I got another guy doing it in Michigan, and he's got people signing up in Europe and all over because this is international. And, it's on autopilot because you've already got your password and everything. You share a link from your website on CTFO and then put it on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And then people will sign up. You don't have to go to your mom and your neighbors and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's not like selling Kirby vacuum cleaners?
No. I've got two bad knees. I was in a car accident. And I'm freaking on disability.
Well, me
and
too.
I'm doing it with my phone.
Okay, so do you have so you set up a website or is it through the vendor?
No, you got that. There's free websites in the business already. It's all free.
Yeah. I'll look into it again, Del. But you haven't been paying attention to my work, and I feel like it's a conflict of interest about what I've been working on. I've been asking you for your guidance and to pay attention to what I'm talking about recently.
Well, I've done some things that I don't know. I may feel the same way. Did you look up what I told you about?
I'm trying to, but the thing is I'm trying to sell my intellectual property. I'm not trying to facilitate someone else's property to help them make a profit. That goes against what I'm fighting. I'm trying to control capitalists.
You're getting this all wrong.
I'm misunderstanding something. I'm misunderstanding something. Is this the CBD thing?
Yeah, and it's 80 some other health products. But anyway, it doesn't matter what it is. I've worked in factories when I didn't care what it was I was making, but I was there because I was making money.
Yeah. Well,
when I got up at 6 in the morning to go punch a darn clock.
Well, that's what I liked about my trade building houses. I didn't get up at 6. I went in at 7 and I was home by 4.
Well, that's beside the point. What I'm saying, you know what LinkedIn is?
Yes, I'm on LinkedIn.
Business-minded people.
Yes, I've been on LinkedIn for 13 years.
And I took the advice from you. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that says that I listen to you. When you say that I'm not listening to you, well, you got to understand, I've got mold in this trailer I'm living in. I got another trailer that I've been rehabbing for the last 4 years with 2 bad knees, a bad back, and I was in a car accident. I got bulging and herniated.
Yeah.
And they're illogical problems.
Yes. Well, I have very similar stuff. I have the degenerative disc disease, the acute osteoarthritis, I have whiplash right now. My left shoulder's atrophied. I can hardly pick up my arm. It's all I can do to play the guitar, and I can barely play the guitar as it is.
Yeah. All I'm saying, if you was doing it with CTFO, it wouldn't just benefit me, it would benefit you.
CTFO?
Yes. That means changing the future outcome.
Changing the future outcome. Well, that's kind of what I've been doing, working on. That's exactly what I'm working on. Is changing the future outcome. I'm trying to open I'm trying to open your page right now. It's not letting me.
What you just Google just Google CTFO.com.
Okay. I've been having trouble with Google. They shut my email down, and I haven't been getting my receipts for my Straight Talk, and Straight Talk's been double dipping my accounts, my bank accounts. And
that's what I've been doing. That's what happened to Ted.
Yes, and
they might be doing it to me.
I went to Huntington, and I argued with them before. I was very nice. They were real cordial before, and they reversed the charges a couple of times. And this time, that with Straight Talk, Straight Talk reversed the charges. And then when I went to the bank to highlight it, I wanted to time it with the moron teller who's handicapped because he's never had a man in his life, can't handle more than one job at a time. I finally get to the part where about the double charges, and then they come back with some snippy little thing saying, oh, well, where's the receipt? Because they know I don't have the receipt because they're in bed with Straight Talk. This AI is out of hand. The banks are like a gardener watching the fruit grow, and they know how to pinch a little bud off when the main gardener ain't looking. And you're the main gardener. It's your plant.
Same with I'm
mad. Oh, I'm fucking furious. And I can't get anybody's attention because they're all hypnotized with some get-rich-quick scheme. And the TV and Friends and the fucking, and then it got everybody scared. Oh, don't disrupt what's going on in the government because, Russia's about to invade Ukraine. Well, I think the American people need to worry about their own children. Whatever happens in Russia and Ukraine, whatever, we got a problem with out-of-control capitalists bullying the American people around.
We know this.
We're being raped. I don't like to hold. I'm not holding still.
I am more than awake.
Well, my problem is you're not my geographical location. I rarely talk to you. You drove right by my house, and you didn't stop to see me. I'm very hurt about that.
Well,
you said gas money. The money you spent fucking around in Grand Rapids with a bunch of bums, you invested time and money into going seeing them people with a dead-end life relationship, and you could have stopped and visited me to talk business.
I see my son and my new grandson.
And you couldn't stop here on the way. You drove right through here. Wouldn't it cost you more than $20?
I stopped at Bowling Green and that, but I did the math. I'm trying to get by. I was trying to get by at $750 a month, and I had all that gas, and anyway, I was staying at my son's, and I wasn't there just to hang out with a bunch of losers.
Well, I sympathize with you visiting with your son, but you must understand that, I feel hurt because, I have a lot of time invested into our history with our relationship that we have together. We're on a boat together in the ocean, and you rarely talk to me, but for this venture that would help benefit you, trying to sell products for some greedy little capitalist fucking jackass who probably lives in some other countries and not doing anything for us. Yes, it sounds all wonderful, but it's part of what's destroying us. Everybody needs the medical stuff because they've all been sold it. They've been sold it because they've been sold the dependency of the city and the circus. Nobody can.
You're speaking to the choir. I know all these things. Really, I do. I'm not asleep, and that was why I told you to look up. That would have helped you with what you're doing. Looking up the Iron Mountain report. I guess you did not do it.
Listen. My wife made We made $104,000 this year. I dug $40,000 in receipts and wasted money out of the accounting files the other day. And I have a daughter out of control that has control of my mother, my wife's mother, and she's having a psychological breakdown. And as financial exploitation of the family, I have video of them stealing the car on Thanksgiving Day. And she has a child that's taking care of a 1-year-old baby and the 86-year-old mother. Well, the mother's off in La La fucking land. Okay, I have.
Anyway,
and in the meantime, she's got a $100,000 property that's been degraded to a negative $40,000 value that she has to pay taxes on, and she's paying taxes for all these other people up there and doing their taxes, and no one's paying. They stole the horses, never compensated us financially. No one has helped, and they picked the 6-acre property clean of all valuables, even to where they burnt the house down to rape it for copper and burnt up my resources to rebuild a house, which in fact destroyed the foundation when they lit it on fire. It exploded the foundation. I'm sitting in a nightmare here. I don't have time to try and sell CBD oil, Dell. Can you understand?
I'm not saying to sell. All I'm saying is you take and put the thing in. You don't have to sell. You don't have to do that. But you're not listening. And I want to say something. You say I never call you, but you never, ever call me.
I have been calling and asking people for help. Larry's got his own clique. I've been sitting back waiting.'t always been here. I'm on Facebook all day and all night offering myself to the world. I have three people that reciprocate with me, and they're geographically impossible to team up with. My old lady is hypnotized. I can't even reach her because the goddamn TV's on.
Wow, that's too bad.
The internet, okay? I got $104,000 I'm playing in the trash to find. Let's put things into perspective here. I'm being raped.
You're bucking at the wrong person, man.
I'm begging for help, and I can't get any guidance, only another fucking get-rich-making-profit scheme. I'm trying to buy back my family farm and save my reputation with my kids. And the world, everybody's trying to get me to help them and get involved in their thing, and not one person is helping me weed my garden.
Well, I tried to. The reason I called was to try to help. I guess
listen, Del, please forgive me. I'm overwhelmed. You're the only person out of everybody I know that I ever talk to. I don't even talk to my mom. Okay? Yeah. You have to understand that. You also have to understand.
I didn't know that you mentioned it, but
you also have to understand. I was hit by a semi. My brain got scrambled. I'm 15, 20 guys in one. My head is going bonkers up there. There's 100 TVs on. I'm studying. I might be a genius. I don't know, but I'm trying to be valuable to somebody. If somebody would find me, but I can't be found if I don't say something. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. Well, here I am standing waiting for the bullets, trying to do something important while I watch everybody around me suffering and crying themselves to sleep at night with their various traumas and stresses and cares and concerns and tears. I'm an empath and the world is killing me.
Well, I guess we have to work some of our own stuff out too.
Yes, and I have no one to talk to. The only conversation I can get is if it involves trying to figure out how to squeeze some money out of somebody to buy dope so we can get some money and some dope. That's it, Del. Okay, I might as well go check in at the loony bin or go throw a stone through the fucking sheriff's county window and just go right to jail. I'd probably be better off and more beneficial to man having privacy in a cell to sit and write my fucking manifestos and the knowledge I have that'll be destroyed on the way out to the general public by the assholes that they say, the general public is, which I understand. Yes, they are assholes because they've been manipulated by television programming.
I don't even watch TV.
I'm not saying you do. I'm saying the people around you, Del. Look at how hard it is to find a good.
I realize how blind people are.
You can't find anybody to sweep the floor for you. To give them a job, they're absolutely. You got to do the job for them.
I know the feeling. I'm stuck here having to do everything alone.
Well, I don't feel like I don't.
Yeah.
Well, this ain't America.
No, it's not. It's America with a K.
Well, I'd like to find that place wherever that is because maybe that's where they've been hiding the R's. Half of the alphabet missing with this new language that they've invented that the streets are taking over. Yeah, if you don't speak Ebonics, you're out of the business loop now. Oh, I'm getting mad. They've downgraded everybody to prison mentality. 14-year-old boys and guys trying to stick their dicks in their asses.
I know. I'm not one of those.
Oh, I'll tell you what. When the bodies start flying, I'm going to lash some together with some vines and pack the orifices with dirt so I can let them swell in the sun and float away somewhere. At least have my own solo suicidal burial at sea. Oh, my goodness. What a cacophony they turn America into. We're a circus for the rest of the world watching. They're all eating cotton candy and popcorn. Yeah, the good kind without the high fructose and all that shit in it that they allow Americans to eat. You see,
I look at the nibbles. I don't.
You see, the Nielsen ratings is owned by the MRC's out of control. The Nielsen ratings is owned by a Dutch-owned company, and they specifically target American people.
Yeah,
with everything.
They don't allow GMOs in the UK. And it's banned as far as fructose, corn syrup.
My daughter was in the Air Force. She traveled around the world. Just moved here from Germany recently. She lives in Dayton. Yes, I got all the dirt from her. Yeah. Well, the investigations I've been doing, I go all the way back to even why the Titanic was sunk. Okay? I uncovered the dirt on the Titanic, my theory.
Well, there are theories about that I've been noticing too. And my grandma almost took it.
It all has to do with communications. Any war, the first thing you do is knock out communications, and then you knock out fuel and food. Okay?
Right.
They've knocked out they got control of the communications. They're jacking up the price of fuel and food. They're scaring us with the supplies. The reserves have probably been pilfered years ago for profit. Everybody's been pinching the bag.
Slow down. You're not talking to yourself on a channel right now. I'm talking with you and having a conversation. So I wanted to say something. What I was going to imply along with it, that they went right through a farmer's field with a freaking loader and took it out about the size of a highway right through the farmer's field and took the soil, which they're sending to the topsoil to China.
Of course, China's got no soil. They've got no trees either. They're panicking right now, growing trees. They're planting trees like mad crazy. Crazy mad, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's a mad world. All about money.
Yeah, and that's a terrible way to look at life.
That's why I'm starting my own church, Dal. Me and my old lady, we're going to declare all our income tax exempt. And then everybody who joins my council, my organization, they'll all be part of it, and they'll be tax exempt. Oh, I'm going to start a big movement. We're going to do a whole little separatism thing right here in the nation using the church. Yes, setting up his church. Yes, oh, yes. Yes. And then we're going to go to war with the other churches. And dictate what's going to be educated to the common man, offered to them, instead of depriving them with the within the ideas you've given them to choose from. Nature will not be packaged and sold and distributed in little balloons.
No. Anyway, my intention was to actually help you.
Yes, well, I'm
But
having
you,
a bit of a. I'm like I said, Del, obviously, clearly by the sound of it, can't you tell I'm overwhelmed?
yes, I can. You're stressing.
Well, I'll let you know. I want you to seek some comfort knowing I do have some Vagisil right here, special, maximum strength anti-itch cream. Yes, I'm going to be
Well,
using some. Yes, I'm going to spread some on, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read my Constitution. While I enjoy a Constitution.
well, don't cry because look what's happening. It's sad.
Oh no, I'm not crying. How could I cry? I got tons of stuff to laugh about. Why do you think I'm still alive? I was dead 6 times. The only reason I'm still alive is because I find things funny. Yes.
Well, anyhow,
Yes.
I wasn't trying to not avoid you. I called you when I was in Ohio,
Yeah.
but then I went and got lunch when I was there, and I did the math on how far I'd have to go and how much it would cost me, and I could not afford it at the time.
Yeah, well,
I'm trying
then you should properly, and actually, then you should be able to digest what I said was, I care about you, and it hurt my feelings that you didn't make it a point to stop and see me when might have been your only chance ever again.
well, maybe, and I don't know, but
That's something to
anyway,
appreciate, to have somebody that cares
but
that
you gotta
much.
understand my point of view too.
I do understand your point of view. You have a trailer that's a nightmare that I would never I would never recommend you to ever buy a trailer. I know you're doing it out of dire need, but I understand your struggle. I've worked on nightmare dead end shit where it's nothing but throwing money in a hole. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to capitalism. It's very profitable.
Trailer,
Service industry is very profitable.
I had a lot of money, and I had my houses and everything, but then the economy in Michigan went down. My houses went down to half value.
That's right, because the economy is being taken over with people who have lower living standards. Yeah, the potheads and the fucking street bums, and all the people who got a big bag of these nuts, trading all these food stamps for dope and stuff. Yeah, I understand very clearly. It's all around me. I'm steeped in it. They're gonna kill me.
Well,
The captain always goes down the ship.
okay. Well, anyway, I didn't call to harass you.
No, I know that, but you just caught me at a bad time. I got a lot on my plate. I'm looking at $100,000 in the trash. Okay, and yeah, literally in the trash, wasted. A year income, $104,000, nothing to show for it, but a couple cigars I just bought. Yeah, and Harley Davidson, but that's beside the point.
What happened?
The fact is, even if I had money, there's nowhere to move here. The only offerings of a place to move here in the area is some run-down shithole that you'd be embarrassed to have anybody over, especially with children. There's no dignity in any of the offerings. You're surrounded by drug addicts and alcoholics and degradation. There's no you're surrounded by miserable shit. They lock you up in your house and you'll hide out. You have to hide out there. It's prison. There's no place. The only thing to buy is a trailer, and that's in a park. So you're imprisoned with that acquisition. There's nothing lucrative about a trailer except for the fact to sell it to some sucker. And how can you sleep at night knowing you took advantage of somebody who wasn't smart enough to know he shouldn't have bought a trailer for 15 grand? That's 30 years old.
Yeah. Well,
I can't. I would rather starve to death than do that. I'm not going to be part of the problem. I'm trying to help. I'm always the person. I'm first and foremost your advocate, whether we're friends or not. The friendship, people prove themselves to be friends through their actions and demonstrations and their hospitality and their generosity. You don't just automatically get to be friends with people.
True. Anyway, but just don't think I was trying to avoid you or being not. I did call you and I didn't intend to.
Well,
you got how far it was, I couldn't do it. I had a lot of expenditures.
You got to understand, I don't have a phone, so I don't get to talk to anybody. I'm very isolated right now. So you're just the one that got to, see the snakes pop out of the can when you wanted to have peanuts.
Well, okay. You got a way of saying things.
I'm an abstract artist, Del. I'm supposed to be king of the world. They just don't realize it yet. I have a very great deal to offer. I can't go to my grave without offering it. Yes, pros before swine, but I must fulfill my mission. My mission is to share what I have. And it may seem like I don't have anything, but I actually have everything.
Oh, boy. Yeah. These trailers do suck.
Yes.
I'm trying to fix the one so I can get out of the mold.
Well, mold will kill you. The black mold
I
will kill
know,
you.
it's making me sick.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's kids will have to clean up the mess someday. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's a whole other story, too.
I know. Well, it's all part of it, though. It's all related. Some investigation. I'm involved in something that's very big. It's going to go down in history, and I'm offering an opportunity to anybody who wants to make a name for themselves or do something positive, something powerful, something good, noble, something to deserve the words integrity and truth tattooed out upon their flesh, and deserve to walk through the public with a death before dishonor patch on your back. Yes. Yeah, I'm the 1%er. I'm the American rebel. And I'm looking for the other men.
Did I send you something that was called something about the lie?
Yes, you sent me a few links. I've been working through them. You got to understand, Del. I'm buried in research data.
Well, you asked me, and I told you I would send you things that might help with what you're doing. But
yes, the mountain report.
Iron Mountain.
Report. Yes, the Iron Mountain report. Yes, I have that. It's actually open in a window on my screen right now.
That's heavy duty, man. That's been going on for a long time, but now it's happening. They're coming out of the closet and they're being blatant in your face.
Yeah, well, it's a circus. They got a lot of bells and whistles. There's a lot of bearded ladies, and they keep showing everybody the nipples. And the Democrats sold the fucking idea of glory holes to everybody during COVID. I mean, come on, things are out of control. I can't believe nobody's crying foul on anything.
They are. Just look at what I sent you on the lie thing. It'll open up your, it's happening already.
All right. Shit, no, I gotta go. There's a police officer here.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I think he's delivering a warrant. Or not a warrant, but a subpoena. Yeah, I have to probably subpoena. I'm supposed to be reporting to court on behalf of the state in a case. Okay. They're calling me as a witness or something.
Okay,
so
well,
I'm supposed to. I'm required to support that. So, yeah, I gotta go though before the dog starts going crazy down there. All right, I'll let me get to this stuff. I'll send you a message as I read stuff.
Okay.
All right, I got a week alone. My old lady's gone, so I got time this week to try and spend with things. You gotta understand, I spend all day caring for her. Yes, I do. I have to clean the house. I have to be mom and dad. She wanted this dog, and and then when the cute and fuzzy wore off, it became my child, and now I'm, the welfare program. It's like the welfare program, only I get the food stamps. I'm caring for the children, and then I get a little food stamp money. Yeah, basically. A good special kisses once in a while. Yeah, so it's a win. Yeah, so it's a very expensive date. Yeah, thanks capitalism. Anyway, yeah, I gotta go. He's waiting. All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. This is what it's like to be on the International Space Station. Yeah. Working on your projects, and you got to wait like 24 hours. You know, back in the old days before the communication sped up, you got to wait for hours for the report to get back. Imagine being that guy when they did that Matthew McConaughey movie where they, what was it, Intergalactic, where they looped around the black hole in that, and the time change, and they were down there on the planet for moments. You know, lines within your wardrobe kind of scenario where there were their moments, but they came back and a long period of time had passed. Yeah. Imagine being that guy on that ship waiting for years and to come back, talking to himself, laughing hysterically, crying. Let's read something before I go. Let's go to Blogger. Visit my blog and read something. Let's read a piece I wrote called Isolation. Have you ever noticed how distractions, disruptions, and disturbances destroys dreams while creating a dream? And the dog needs attention at your moment of need to be undisturbed. Motivated by what I do not know, but there was a very good message to deliver. The energy was lost when my gal came home. We'll recapture an even better message later while I recalibrate my weapons for target. I have great seeds that need to be planted in the gardens of the people. My book is an Alcoholics Anonymous type book of what I found while pursuing the love and financial security promised by others, capitalists. Yes. Using love as a weapon. Yeah. This is a true story of what the musical chairs game has to offer the youth of America in the city's offerings of a capitalist dictatorship. Every man for himself, especially right now. Oh, yeah, get rid of the women and children first. You'll never be able to survive with baggage. Here, take this pill. Poppycock. Yes, while I sit here frustrated, I'm turning the change into a garden plan of which fruit will be harvested. The dog paws at an iPad screen while my business partner eats a reheated shake and baked pork chop, laughing at the dialogue of friends on television. Commercial breaks and a short bitch about a high chair that won't prevent a child from standing. No response yields silence for the next commercial, continuing a video game. The dog's barking for interaction causes her to speak out in angst over being interrupted, and my frustration is concealed as I finish typing to attend to the dog's needs. The dog cannot be lost in the sea of despair. I'm its savior for my sacrifice to suffice my own emotional needs by giving Riley his, for he may very well be the spirit to prove my nobility. And for my children, I can only hope they find their way back to me for their quests and their heirlooms. Just when you're feeling low, there's always a sign of something good on the horizon. Sometimes it's in Nepal. Yes, Kathmandu. Yes, as I continue throwing a plastic hot dog for Riley and I, my frustration is kept at bay with the patience of a gardener and a father. Zack on Facebook called me from Kathmandu. He wanted to hear me play some blues. We discussed things through a broken communication effort impeded upon by a very profitable technology we were convinced into investing our lives into. Serious negative disturbances try to stop me from writing these very thoughts, but I have rebuked them aloud, and they have ceased. Reluctant to answer the call, I expected someone to ask for money, and then I did answer. The man appeared, judging by the background of the room he was in, he appeared to have a meager dwelling, very simple. There was a good feeling about him. My heart was heavy with disruption, but I tried to play a little at his request. After the conversation, it made me very happy to know that I'd touched the life of someone on the other side of the world, and with that affirmation, I continued my journey. Conversation returns to my struggle to convey my plans, only to find quick defensive argument from my previously distracted co-conspirator, much too quick to find identity, which in turn leaves me to be even more tactful and mindful of diffusing an argument. Politics, how to keep the subject entertained while angling for understanding. Pulling the trigger ends the game. Yeah, fighting. Yeah, Biden's disappointed with Rittenhouse verdict, but not about Starbucks. Shoot blanks a second. I was just at Kroger, my favorite store, by the way. Yeah, they're suspect. They've got a Starbucks, so after a lengthy shopping effort, wandering the aisles and arguing with myself over bread molding where tortillas never do, and with what the cost is to buy flour and spice as opposed to gravy mix for biscuits, I order a cup, returning to the gravy thought ducked in my mind. 10 for 10 sounds like a deal, but when you see how much flour and salt you're getting for $10, it makes little sense but the simplicity of it being sold. The very simplicity they want you to surrender to them at your expense. The understanding of where the resources are from is being lost for the sake of the dependence corporate America creates by the advertising and the stigma developed regarding homemade. And I'm making sense to anyone. Maybe not. That thought was interrupted just before wandering aisles, and it only began moments ago, which was only brought about due to Riley pissing on my bed, right at my knees as I sat there with the headphones on. Oh, the twists, I know. Let's drift back with the tide a moment. Bear Grylls is now on the telly as I sit here and retrace the trail. Anger! It was anger that brought this fleet of thoughts about. Let's return to the bedroom now to see again and continue writing as a test of new things. The bedroom. Internet device in hand, Bear Grylls does his thing. She glances up at me as Riley and I get on the bed. Putting on my headphones, I explain the show I just did and how Scarlett was watching. My routine is to watch the show since she has the TV on some routine thing usually, while entertaining herself with her games she enjoys. Alone together mostly, and just saying it as I have will get me a problem with her when she hears this or reads this. Clearly an example of peer pressure, so-called fancy way bullying, especially since the situation boils down to a truth being pointed out that selfishly refuses to be seen. Like the problem of internet or gaming abuse, i.e. addiction. No one wants to face dependency in any form, and all efforts at making a display of it are superficial and short-lived. What was my point? There's so many roiling to the surface to be seen and identified. I wish I could go back to not knowing what I do. Ignorance is bliss. Now I understand more. The dog wanted to go outside, but its limited communication was overlooked. Neglected is the word. He's supposed to not bark, and therefore refrains unless he's excited. My cabin girl was in her world, while Riley and I on the side. I entertain Riley so he doesn't eat her lunch or interrupt her when she's busy. So I'm frustrated all day trying to get through on a variety of things going on. There's nothing I want to do but review and critique the show I just did, look for responses and comments, etc., while furthering thoughts on important things. To me, I can see the bedroom door shut, and I see Riley going from bed to door, and I sit there stewing, and his little wandering around, he getting back on the bed, nothing unusual, I'm thinking, distracted with so many things. She continues with her iPad, and I stew with the headphones, mad at the world. Riley gets on the bed, and right before me he's hiking his leg and pissing on the bed. He was swatting distance and the receiver. Now he's looking at me, cowering and scared, because the daddy he loved so much wasn't paying attention when he tried to say he had to go outside. Relationship with the dog causes a direct inconvenience to the otherwise preoccupied persons, and therefore is the receiver of negligence and abuse, and as well as the cause of inevitable expenses incurred for the inconvenience, exacerbating the person's need for love even more, which is why they got the dog in the first place. Vicious, isn't it? Oh my goodness. So anyway, yeah, I'm pissed. I didn't ask for dog or addiction. Capitalism made it profitable. Yeah, so all I wanted to do was produce something of a particular nature. Ultimately, looking back now to grab the proverbial straws, the message is, do not take on passengers or cargo responsibilities till the ship is in shape and the crew's properly oriented. That starts with a budget of time, resources, a delegation of authority. No preoccupations until all understandings and needs have been met. Being unequally yoked is the very first concern brought into question when considering marriage before a priest, for instance, and I know why. It's a marriage, business arrangement, going to work for somebody. Everything is a relationship. The key word is ship. Your journal, your diary is your logbook of your ship of life, your vessel, your foundation. It stands up in court. It is all you have. Without that, you have nothing. Nothing. Regardless of money, you could be penniless. But you have your certificate of birth and your logbook. I'm giving you something very precious. I'm Mad Zack Polk, Captain Mad Zack, offering that which I have on my ship from my foundation. The more aware a woman, man, child becomes, the harder it is to accept any part of anything in society in America today. And I can see why any man who does is silent. Here is where the pen name was invented. I'm certain. Certain of the time? It says 9:03 p.m. at the time I wrote this. I cannot be certain of time. The music of my vibration existing is all I will ever have. My log. How long my song rings out, I will never know, but I play anyway. Escaping Despondency is available on Kindle Unlimited on Amazon. The reviews are getting getting 5-star reviews from teachers. Yes, that aren't Americans. On Goodreads, check out the reviews on Goodreads. Please support me. Get a copy of this book. It only costs $6.99. The price is not getting cheaper, and it may never be in physical print. It may be destroyed. It is a very big disruption. I cite many big allegations in this book. Gerrymandering. Drug conspiracies. Absolutely. There's guns. Oh, yes, I have a gun. There's a free gun in the book. You have to read the book to find it. Very clearly printed treasure map describing where the treasures are. There's more than one treasure. Yeah. It's not about the money. I want way more. I want $30 for the book. Maybe 50. You can't put a price on it. No. Yeah, I have all the answers. Yeah, I have everything you're looking for. They made a big speech about me when I graduated night school. Got my diploma. Yeah, I'm the guy. Peace, love, and I'm daring to care. I'm a father. I have no choice. No. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah.